So to start the live interactive session, we're going to be talking about climate change and your agribusiness. Today we have so much in store for everyone, and I believe that we've all gotten our login details, and then we've been able to log into the Brace portal to start learning or to start taking the courses. I believe that we might have gone through the pre-diagnostic tools. It's pretty much, well, I know some people have gone through it and they have started the courses. So just quickly give you the line of items for today. We have okay, so we have the introduction, we have the about AFC membership drive. After that, we'll just go ahead to invite our speaker today for our presentation, and then we'll have the questions and answer. We have portal walkthrough, next steps, and then closing and good photo. So to start, we just like that everybody introduce themselves. I know we have over 40 countries on the call. So just tell us your country, your name, and your agribusiness. Let's get to know you. And then also feel free to connect with other people. If you see someone that does the same business that you do, why not go ahead and introduce yourself to that person and connect. So Grace is all about networking, it's all about getting to know each other and also to be able to network and do business across board. So please, I also want us to give us our favorite emoji to describe how we're feeling right away. So how do you feel with the first live interactive session for Grace? So many people were not able to attend the onboarding, but then here we are in the live interactive session. So how do you feel if today is even your first time of attending the Brace session? Let us know how you feel about it. Let us know what you think about it. Let's know what your expectation is. Just with an emoji, let us know what you think. So quickly, to not waste our time, we'll quickly talk about African food chain makers. So at African food chain makers, we believe that small and medium scale enterprises are the lifeblood of the food ecosystem in Africa. These enterprises are driven by visionary, dynamic, and innovative entrepreneurs who operate as primary producers, aggregators, processors, distributors, finance and technology providers, chefs, cooks, consultants, and innovators. We call them change makers. It means that you are a change maker. As long as you have been admitted into the Brace program, you are a change maker. So these change makers are actually faced with the devastating impact of climate change, global and local risks and shocks, and macro and microeconomic challenges. These entrepreneurs need funding, training, visibility, market linkages, and a community of support to successfully scale their businesses. Through the African Food Change Makers Hub, we entertain African entrepreneurs to start and scale resilient and sustainable agribusinesses that nourish Africa and the world at large. So what do we do with all of these things? How do we go about it? So we have community. So this community is a community of entrepreneurs where we provide data and opportunities to them. We also try to provide visibility and recognition to them, as well as learnings and training. So one of what we are doing now is part of the learning and the training. The Brace program is part of the learning and the training that we provide for entrepreneurs within our communities. So to quickly go ahead, we want to talk about the membership. So you already saw membership as one of the things that we do. We have a membership community hub where we bring people in. So to just go ahead and tell us about the membership community, I would invite the membership officer for the African Food Chain Makers, Nosa Obano, to quickly take us through the membership hub and how you can become a member. So Nosa, if you were on the call, I will just leave it to you. Nosa, are you there?
Yes, Patience, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's live interactive section. My name is Nosa Obano, and I will be taking us through the membership drive. Basically, this is a Brace program, but as my colleague has said, In addition to the programs we offer, we have a membership community where entrepreneurs can interact with each other, connect, and also leverage peer-to-peer support. And so far at African Food Makers, part of the benefits of becoming a member is that we help you assess your agribusiness and scale it up. We create that visibility for your agribusiness. We also prepare your agribusiness to enter new markets in Africa and also in the global world. And in terms of referrals, we also refer our members to speaking opportunities, to exhibition opportunities, and also to event and networking opportunities and funding opportunities as well. We have a community, like I earlier said, of entrepreneurs from our membership groups from WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, and LinkedIn membership group, where you can also connect with other entrepreneurs in the African space. Then we also offer market linkages to our programs, our scaling exports program, our scaling exports program, and other programs we also implement to help create that capacity building for our entrepreneurs. Then also we have a knowledge session we do in our membership community that is called the First Thursday, where we invite industry experts to come share knowledge and insights to our entrepreneurs on how they can implement this information gotten to help scale their businesses and also get industry knowledge about their businesses and how to promote it as well. Lastly, we have a resource hub where our entrepreneurs can get resources they need to help scale their businesses, resources from funding opportunities, resources from capacity building opportunities, resources ranging to data and also to trainings and workshops where they can always see links to how they can partake in all these opportunities. Having talked about the membership, the benefits of becoming a member, I would also like to talk about how you can become a member. So if you can share the next slide. Basically, our membership is open to entrepreneurs in Africa who are either having an existing agribusiness or they work in an agribusiness where they can make top decisions, management decisions about the agribusiness. And also, another criteria is that your agribusiness must be in existence for at least 6 months before you decided to join the membership community. And lastly, you should have a social media presence or a CAC document that talks about your agribusiness. Then the 4 steps you just need to take before becoming a member is that you should visit the AFC hub or click on the link that my colleague would drop on the chat box. Then once you click on that link, it navigates you to our membership page where you see some registration questions you can answer ranging from personal information to your company information, your CAC documents, your social media links, your company details, your company logo, all questions related to what we will require from you. Then once you've clicked on the submit icon after answering the questions, you'll be temporarily taken to your membership dashboard where you need to complete and update your other profiles before your account will be verified. So verification takes at least 28 to 48 hours, pending when we review your information from our end. And upon verification, you will become a full member of our community and you have access to join the membership community in terms of the social media groups, the WhatsApp, the Telegram, and the Facebook and LinkedIn. All will be accessible in your membership dashboard. And before I go, I would like to talk about one of the opportunities we also offer to entrepreneurs, which is called the marketplace. The marketplace is where our members can share their products, contact new buyers, new sellers, or get leads with other interested buyers who are interested in your market, in your products. So to do this is strictly for our entrepreneurs, our members, because it's only them that can access it in their dashboard. You just have to navigate to your marketplace dashboard in your dashboard and you be able to upload all the product details you need. If you are someone that sells spice, what you need to do is just to navigate to your membership dashboard, navigate to the marketplace, upload your spice products, the package products with the product name, the product price, where they can get the products. Either you can link it to your direct WhatsApp line or your social media and where they can further engage with you. And once you've inputted all the information necessary for the products, you just click on the submit button. Same as the registration, we also review from our end and approve it. Upon approval, then it would be displayed on the AFC hub where visitors, site visitors potential buyers, potential investors can visit the marketplace and also navigate to connect with you more about the products. Having said this, I would like us to join the membership community and also reach out to the membership hub if you need support becoming a member. Thank you so much, and over to you, Patience.
All right, thank you so much, Nusa. Thank you. So, like Nusa have rightly talked about, if you are in Brace program and you're yet to become a member, please do click on the link that's being displayed on the chat box so that you can become a member, because you would only enjoy Brace program and not be able to enjoy all the other benefits of the African Food Chain Makers if you don't become a member. So please become a member so that we can foster a kind of collaboration that will continue even after Brace program. So thank you so much, Nusa. Thank you for that. Please click on that link and become a member. So we'll just quickly want to do something else, climate change and your agribusiness. This is our topic for today and for the week as well. For those of you that have gone through the modules, you know that this is the first topic. This is the first module that talked about climate change and your agribusiness. So this module is able to help you get to understand the drivers of climate change and how their actions and inactions can also increase the risk of operating in the ecosystem. So it's actually very important to know the basis of climate change before you start and get into the nitty-gritty of the Brace program. So before we go ahead, I just want us to run a very short poll. So I want you to tell me where you are based on the program. Have you logged into the portal? Have you started? What session are you, and all of those things? So it's just 2 questions. So I'm launching a poll now, and I want us to answer the questions. Please, if you can see it on your screen, just go ahead and answer the questions that you are seeing. So there's a question on your screen. It's asking, have you started module 1? And then what is your learning progress on module 1? Is it still ongoing for you, or you have completed module 1? So we just want to understand where you are and if you have been able to complete the first module for the first week. Because if you do not complete the module, you may not be able to engage fully, because this is what we are talking about. The module 1 is what we are talking about. If you have completed the course, then you'll be able to ask relevant questions as to what you have learned from the module. Oh, thank you so much. I see that so many persons have completed the survey, the poll. So I'll still just wait a while to have more people complete before I end it. So thank you. Oh, wow. Okay. Some persons have not started module 1. What are you waiting for? Please start. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. So for those that have not started, if you have issues, please always know that we are available to attend to whatever issue you are having, whether logging into the portal or not even understanding what is required of you from the program and all that. If you don't understand, you can still just reach out to us and ask us. Then we'll let you know what the differences are between. Some people are still missing it between the portal and then the live interactive session. Live interactive session is really, really different from portal. Or from the portal use, though we'll still talk about that later, but I just want us to complete this post so that we can move on. All right, thank you so much. Thank you. I'll just end the poll now. Okay. So thank you. All right. So based on the module 1, is there anyone that wants to tell us what they learned, like after looking at module 1 from the portal, and then you took all of the learnings, listening to the videos and all that? Is there something that is very key you might want to share with us? I just want to give maybe 1 or 2 persons an opportunity to share something they learned that they didn't know before, and they got to know from module 1 about climate change. Is there anyone? If I see your hand, I will let you speak. Okay, I think I'm seeing one hand. Kuma Ketch James. Okay, I'll ask you to unmute. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce your name well. Well, I'm asking you to unmute and talk to us about it. All right. I can barely hear you, James. You're not. Oh, I thought you were unmuted.
Hello.
Okay, yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And your voice is very faint. Is it me, or every other person can hear you and it's just about me? Okay, we have so many hands. Dr. Bola Asiru, maybe you should just unmute and speak while we wait for James to sort his speaker.
Okay, thank you very much. I was able to
yes,
go through the climate change, the first lecture. And from there, the lecturer highlighted the effect of climate change, how it affects farms with two examples. And we are able to see how digital technology was used to mitigate against such occurrence. And the testimony from those who acquire or use the technology. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thanks for sharing with us. That's really profound. Thank you so much. So, Jerome Ahula, I would just like you to unmute and quickly tell us. Jeremy, please unmute and tell us.
Yeah, hello. Good afternoon all.
Yeah, good afternoon. We can hear you.
Okay, from the climate change perspective that I noticed, okay, the business I'm operating is agriculture, aquaculture, sorry man, is fishery and all that. So a climate change can really affect, especially the fish growths on this aspect now. Now that is a rainy season, the weather is cold and all that, so it looks like the fishery fingerlings, or what will I say, the other next thing, it retards their growth. So it's a climate change affects their growth. That's what I learned. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Thank you. Oh, I have so many other answers that are raised, but maybe we should just go ahead. Our speaker is already waiting. So let's just probably get over with the session first with our speaker, so that we don't keep our facilitator waiting. And afterwards, we'll have more people talk to us about their key learnings for the week. So quickly, I'm sorry, Adiza, Sobe, I'm very sorry, please, but we'll have you talk about your key learnings after the session with our speaker. Maybe you even get to ask questions and do all of those things and all that. So thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for the contributions. That's really appreciated. So I'll quickly introduce the speaker for today. Her name is Amaka Chukundum. She's an organic farmer and founder of Amicable Mondial Farms. She holds a bachelor's degree in English education from Abia State University, Nigeria, and trained in agricultural sustainability from Business School, Netherlands. She has 6 years of rewarding experience as the lead customer service personnel in a reputable new generation bank in Nigeria, which has helped define her path She would eventually bring that chapter of her glowing career to a close by signing up as an operations manager in one of the best logistics companies in the country. Within that period, she had begun honing her skills in farming by engaging in endless researches, all in a bid to come with answers to her deep curiosities in agriculture. In time, endless John's further strength by some rewarding mentorship engagements meant she had to break free from the shackles of white-collar restrictions to embrace the promise in agriculture. Today, her passion in the industry has earned her the unrepentant farmer, a title she bears with pride. Wow. Amicable Mondial Farms, an agriculture company with a head office in Lagos, Nigeria, products of comments to the industry. The company has boundary. Presently, Amicable Mondial has a trademark in the local manufacture of organic pesticides for crops, poultry beds, medications, honey, and stevia, healthy sweet drops. All right, so sorry about the network glitch. So sorry about that, everyone. So Amicable Mondial Farms is what I was talking about before the whole Oh, I was muted while talking. Sorry. Oh God. So I will just let our speaker continue. I'm sorry about the network glitch that just happened and all that. So I will let our speaker come in and just take over from here. So Amaka, are you on the call?
Hello.
Okay, hello. I can hear you. Good to see you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Thank
Good day,
you.
everybody. My name is Amaka Chukudum, popularly known as the unrepentant farmer. How has it been? I hope you're enjoying Brace.
Oh, well, they cannot unmute. Maybe they will just say it in the comment section.
Okay. We'll be
Yeah.
very fast on this. Okay,
Thank
we'll
you.
be sharing climate change and my agribusiness. But I like an interactive section. So once in a while, I would want people to come up and say something about what we are talking about. So from more frequent heat and dryness to storms, rising sea levels, severe storms, prolonged droughts that put pressure on our agricultural system, our climate is changing right before our eyes. It's no longer a secret that agriculture is highly dependent on the climate. And the effects of global warming on crops and animals are a complex problem that everybody needs to be there. All hands must be on deck for us to solve this. So climate change is no longer a distant threat. It's a reality that farmers around the world are grappling with. So today I'm going to share with us little on how we are handling it using Amicable Mondial Farms as a case study so that we could grab the topic. So if you understand what I'm saying, please, can you wave your hands? I think I can see your pictures. Let me know you can hear me. Can you just wave your hands? Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so from what we observe over the years through our mentees and our students, we understood that despite the use of a lot of pesticides, a lot of antibiotics in our animal, a lot of things that are being done to curb the effect of climate change on our businesses, still, there's a serious problem in this area, and we still need a whole lot for us to curb the situation. So today I'm going to share with us the little things we do and how we could put our hands on deck to get these things done. So the first thing we do in our farm to handle this matter is that we operate on a zero waste balance. What do I mean by a zero waste balance? If you ask someone about recycling, you might think of recycling your plastic. Okay, I use plastic to farm. I use plastics to do this and that in the house. But when it comes to my agribusiness, Amicable Mondial Farm as a company, we reduce our expenses on seed. We don't deal on genetically modified seed. GMO is a no-no as far as our seeds are concerned. So we take back what we produce every year and we save part of it. For example, our pepper and our seed that we are planting for this year are part of last year products. We take the best out of them, which we sell. Those ones that could have been a waste, we recycle them and dry them up to save as our seed. And secondly, in our homes, all my workers knows that we don't waste our agricultural waste. It's called agricultural waste, but it's called agricultural gold to us. For example, I'll show you this. Please, if you can see me, say hi. I don't know if you can see what I'm showing. Can you see this? Just wave your hand. Let me know you're seeing. Okay. This is just the same thing, the head you cut off where you cut your onions. For example, personally, when I buy a basket of onions from the market, it's about 30 pieces inside it. This is the head. So let's assume you have 30 for every month. I have 30 seeds of onions, which will give me, this alone can give me like 20 onions. Just as you see this, we put it inside the plate. A minute, please. So this is my planting pot. This, inside this, within 1 week, you will have your seed. What you're seeing in my hand is just the head of onions that you cut out and throw in the trash. You cut this, put it inside your disposable plate in the fridge. 1 week. This contains like 20 pieces of this, and 20 times 20. Because this cannot give you less than 20 seedlings. Times 20, that is a seed. That saves you buying onions pack, which is very expensive. A pack of 200 seeds of onion is sold for 50,000 naira presently, just the seed that you'll plant. But now I've gotten 3 times the cost without investing on any seed. So this is part of why how we curb our challenge on the climate change that we face. That is just one. What you see with me here is, this is cabbage cut from the farm. It's meant to be thrown away. It's one of the waste. Just remove the head. Even when you buy from the market, you cut the head, drop it inside your soil. You already have another seed growing. This cabbage, when it grows, is a big type of cabbage. That is another way. Now, when we want to plant, for every soil that we use, we test the soil. The soil will tell you the kind of thing you plant on your soil. Without going to lab and spending so much money, knowing that finance actually now is a big challenge, we test our soil using this. This is a transparent jar. I'll remove this. This is my Bama bottle. So removing this, as you see, I'll just pour water inside and pour my soil in. When you pour soil, just like water of it, you fill it with water. Leave it to sit for 2 days. It will tell you the kind of soil that you have. It's meant to be an equal ratio of soil, silt, and clay. After 2 days, you will see it divided. So from there, you'll be able to tell what is lacking in your soil and know what to feed your soil. As a farmer, you know there are 3 major components of the soil. That's a major. We have the major nutrients and the macro and the micronutrients. So knowing fully well that these are the things you lack, it will help you to know what to impute in your soil and not wasting money buying this and that. Once you are sure that the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium are there, then you can now get other macronutrients from your manure. We get them from our animal waste, which you will feed up to your plants. If you're an animal farmer, we made sure that we feed our animals well. Real-time feeding is a basic if you want to have healthy animals. And for records, we don't do chemicals in our farms. Our farms are fully organically done. Our animals are fortified with enough herbs and plants. For your, of course, you know that when you give your animal enough pawpaw, I mean the male pawpaw leaves, you are giving them enough antioxidants to withstand the weather and a lot of things that are going on. Feed them with your hibiscus flowers. You're having is an anti-stress for your animals. So these are things we need to learn to help you in your agribusiness journey. For me, I'm a lifetime learner. Anybody that knows me knows I don't joke with when it comes to training. I invest myself to training 24/7. So I don't know how many points I've mentioned. Then the next one is that you need to surround yourself with the right people. Surround yourself with the right people if you want to have success in your agribusiness journey. One of the best things that has happened to me as a person is the kind of person I married. My husband runs my vision more than me. I'm a happy mother, I'm a happy wife. So all he needs to hear from me is, baby, this is how we are doing it this season. He will run with me more than me. Because when you have the wrong people, when you have the wrong team with you, your business is already 50% headed to failure. When they call me the unrepentant farmer, is because despite the challenges I've faced in this industry, the losses that comes with it at first, I said there's no way this business will end until it sees success. And today we are enjoying it. Not because we are not hit by the same things most of us on this platform hit, challenges of funding, but we decided to find a way around it that does not require the most difficult tasking, which is thinking outside the box. When you have the wrong people around you, the discouragement will be so much. There was a time it got so bad that people were like, why don't you just close up this thing? You are a successful banker, enjoying yourself as head of fund transfer, enjoying money. Why do you leave the bank and enter bush and start wearing dirty clothes and working? I said, but this is passion driving this young lady, and it will drive me to success. And I am there by the grace of God. So please, 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 in this business, if you are in anywhere, let them know that agribusiness is your passion. You are not just there for the money that is in it. You are there to help the nation. If you are in agribusiness, you are more important than a doctor. You need to know this. Because even the doctor that they think is important needs to eat your food to survive. Without your food, there is no doctor. So your business is crucial. It's more important than any other profession as far as I am concerned in the world. Okay. Now, another thing that we do to combat this treatment is that we go herbal. For example, to treat our aphids, you know, aphids that affect vegetables, mostly cabbage, beans. What do? We use baking soda, white vinegar, we use our salt, we use water. Things you find in the house. Let me quickly give you this recipe. 50 grams of baking soda, 50 ml of white vinegar, 50 grams of salt will take care of aphid for you. Spray it 3 times in a week, you will not have aphid on those vegetables. But most times when you have incompetent workers who will tell you they have done it, meanwhile they didn't do it, you will still keep facing the same challenges. And when it comes to organic, it's not something you just use to treat once and it goes. It's a continuous thing. So it's like a lifestyle. If you're going to place your plants on this, it has to be something that is like, let me put it like a ritual. And most times our workers do not even care. All they're after is their salary. They don't care that you're making a loss. So it still boils down to you who owns the business to stand and know, okay, Monday, have you sprayed this? Spray. So you have to be on top of the job. You can't say because I'm paying them, they just have to do it. Your business will go. So when you know what to do, then make sure they do it. My father has a language that says, if you want anything done well, do it yourself. Okay. Then grow your vision. That's another point. Grow your vision and not your greed. What do I mean by this? I've gone to a farm that wants to do pepper. The man has 3 acres of farmland that was together. I encouraged him. I said, because for each acre of pepper, if you're into pepper plant, you should know that what you need to populate that just 1 acre is between 15,000 to 20, excuse me, 15,000 to 20,000 seedlings is what you need to populate that particular acre. Now, when you have 15,000 plants, each plant of pepper will go wild with other seeds, especially when you plant organic seeds. They will so full that you will always get a bowl from each plant of it. Now, we did successful 1 acre of our tomatoes. If you do successful 1 acre of tomato, you should be getting between 120 to 200 baskets of tomato from 1 acre. If you set your acre right and use the right manure. When he saw the success of the tomato plant, a minute, please. Please let me call you back later. I'm in a meeting. When he saw the success of it, he said, okay, let's do 30 acres. When I looked at what was on ground, the money he has cannot take care of 30 acres. He could only take care of 5 acres. I advised him, instead of putting this small money in 30 acres of land, let's just do this 5 that it could do. He said, no. I want to do it big. I want to do it big. And he left me and went to another person. You know, when you go to the internet, you see a lot of sugar-coated mouths. I will tell you so many things. It's not left for you to know what to choose. He chose the 30 acres and came back lamenting because he lost all the money. Even little profit he made from the 1 acre, he also invested it, which went away. What am I trying to say? Learn to grow your vision and not your greed. Whatever you have as your income, plan it right. What can this money do? Don't say, okay, I have money that can give me 2 pigs and 2 chickens. Because you want to do it big, you will use all the money in purchasing of more livestock. Okay, I'm getting 20,000 broilers. You don't have food for them. They will die off. So work with your budget. Okay. So the next topic I want to talk on is the next point is try to be as organic as possible. Produce your own pesticides and your herbicides. When I take up trainees, one of the major things we tell them is follow my works and follow my words. It's not just about what I say. When I say it, try it and practicalize it. So when you hear somebody tell you, carry beer, it's all over the internet now, carry beer and pour in your field. You will pour some and come the next day and see dried vegetables. So when I say go as organic as possible, herbs can help you control your plants, but they are more of maintenance than treatment. If you're doing organic, you need to be consistent in what you spray, in what you give your animal, in what you do. Because if you wait for sickness to come before you give them, it may not work because it's not magical, it's natural. For those that are into beans farming, you will agree with me that if you don't spray your beans like 2 times in a week, you will have serious issue with aphids. They will eat up your beans. And you will come back lamenting. You will say that organic doesn't work. It does. But if you go to market and you want to buy your pesticides, the price of pesticides is pocket killing. By the time you finish spraying, you will not see much at the end. Upon the fact that what you produce at the end are not healthy, They are sickness on its own, and yet it's killing off you will hardly see your profit in it. So try to do your training. If you want to go chemical, good, get a mentor. Get someone that I call it a go-to person you call when you need a help. Okay, I'm having this challenge, let me call you, please. Is the person always there to receive your call? Any mentor that does not have your time, please discard him. Is one of the challenges I had when I started my business. The mentor I had is big man in quotes. So for you to assess this mentor, you will call the secretary, who will call the assistant. Before it will get to you, the animal don't die. So whoever you need as your mentor, because at a time like this is not a time to waste. You cannot afford to waste anything. So have a mentor that is there to listen to you at any point. My next point is that you have to learn to go for training. As I learned of someone that called me the other time, he said, I saw you're taking people for training. I said, yes, we do. And it's purely organic. He said, everything about organic. Is it not the use of neem? You use neem to control. It doesn't work. Sometimes it works. Is this sustainable? It's not meant to be for large-scale farming. I laugh. I didn't talk again. Since he already knows it all, we kept quiet. But if you have a mentor, and the mentor trains you, you can always go back to say, sir, ma, this thing you told me, it didn't work. Oh, I tried it on this particular thing. It didn't show me what you said it will show me. So please, what can we do? Or can I come over so that we could do practical in your own farm? As in someone you could talk to. With the inputs right now being so expensive in agribusiness, you cannot afford any waste of any kind. Even plastic bottles used to drink water in our farm right now is used to plant lettuce. We don't waste anything. Everything is recycled back. Okay, then join other like-minded groups. Learn to be in the groups where they learn. I call myself a life student. So I learn 24/7. I could be in the bus. You think I'm doing something else? I'm learning. So when I mention put yourself around people that believe in your vision, I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I will wake up, I'm doing research. I'm a researcher. I'm doing research. I found this. Does it work? I will go back to the farm. I will test run it. Okay, it does. This one doesn't. Why didn't it? What do I do in this area? I will start improving myself on that area. So most of my husband will be like, always with your phone. When do I have time to talk? But because he understands that this is my vision, he's always there. So when you surround yourself with people that understand and believe in your vision, you will get the encouragement you need. If not, you may not outlive it. I know someone I met 2 years ago. The family was going through some challenges and she met me. I said, I would give you money, the little that I have. But that little that I have may not solve the problem that you need. But if I give you this knowledge, it will solve your problem and it will help you to solve other people's problem. Now I introduced him into farming. He used a small room at their backyard. She used it to start a small broiler business. And today she's into frozen food. She grows the same broilers. She will kill and slaughter them in cages she will sell. And each time you call on her, she will tell you, my mentor told me something that I cannot forget. He said, I will give you something that will make you to also give back to the nation, give back to other people when they come. So in the spite of climate change and your agribusiness, one thing is sure, don't hoard what you have. And don't pretend you know all. If you didn't get any point I gave today, please go home with this. Share information with others. Many people are going through a whole lot. Farmers are losing their businesses. Just your $1 advice could help. So share this information to others if you know it. And if you have a challenge, don't pretend, what would people say when they know I'm going through this? They will help you with information. So this is where I'll draw my curtain and I'll take your questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You are really the unrepentant farmer. Thank you. So we'll just quickly go into the Q&A session. I know so many people have questions, especially with all of the tips that we've gotten. So please, if you have a question, kindly let us know. Let's see your hand. and I'll ask you to unmute and ask your question. Okay, I'm seeing some hands. Yahoba Integrated Services, you have a question, please unmute and ask.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, we can hear you.
Good afternoon. This is afternoon here in Nigeria. Obajene Majo Sunday, the lead consultant for Yahoba Integrated Services. And the unrepented farmer, I will give you a very big kudos. You really have shown enthusiasm in your enterprise, and it is very inspiring listening to you, your experience, and what I'll be taking home from your presentation is we shouldn't hoard what we know. That is what you are also doing, and I'm very, very impressed by that, because it shows you are one who lives the talk. And you also encourage us not to claim that we know it all. So on that premise, my question goes like this. We, over the time, have collaborated with other systems, and then like the World Food Program, and then that is part of them. Then we have eco development programs, and then even finance projects here in Nigeria by IFAD, that's International Funding Agricultural Development Partner. So my question goes like this: the whole concept of us having a cohort, I'm considering, is it possible that this very interaction, are we considering a bigger collaboration, or is just us coming into this forum? Because listening to the unrepentant farmer, it shows she is one with her onions. So I'm just considering what is the bigger plan, considering these cohorts over the time, because we will be required to let me say translate what we've gathered over the time, and we also are in the position for information sharing. So how can we collaborate more so we could achieve these results? Already we have people with this knowledge. So that is my question. And then secondly, for the cohorts that are available, is it possible that we also share the links of what we learn here on probably other groups that we facilitate on enterprise development and activities like this? Is it allowed? Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So I think this question is for Breeze team, not Amaka, so that we don't waste too much time with so many things. There will be a time where we'll have all of the conversations, all of the concerns that you have with the Breeze program and all that. So now it's strictly to ask questions based on what Amaka has talked about, or the module itself, please. So we don't have to do so much back and forth with the speaker. She has graced us with her time. Let's not waste it. So we'll come back to you, Yahoba Integrated. So Abiu Dumumba, please unmute and ask a question.
Thank you for the opportunity. I'm Abiud Mumba from Zambia. My question is on the seeds, the replanting, right? The inputs where we cut out the seeds, but we are just using the input. So like the cabbages, the onions, they're able to regrow and all of that. Is that like local varieties, or, you know, from your experience, that can be used across different varieties? Because I think some of the seeds for like hybrid varieties, I'm not sure that they have that ability. So I'm just trying to find out, is that like local seed, or is it a hybrid? Hybrid has that capability. What? Yeah, that I'm sure my question is understood. Yeah.
Yes, I
thank you.
understood. I understood. Like what I'm saying is, we don't deal on anything genetically modified. Our seeds are non-genetically modified. So non-GMO seeds can be regrown. Any seed that is not genetically modified, that the gene has not been distorted, can regrow. That is the normal way God made them. These onions, I purposely did this because of Brace program. When I got the information last week, I just did this just last week. I just cut it. I used it after reading the email. The onion I cut to cook for that night, I just dropped it in the plate, just inside the plate. And this is it. When I go to farm tomorrow now, I'll just drop this in the soil and just cover it. Within 2 weeks, everything you see here will turn to roots. And it will give me, this one is up to 50. Each of these strands is a root, is a seed. So it's not just any part of it, it's any seed that can regrow can do this. The same thing with pepper, the same thing with tomato. You harvest them, those tiny one that may not be sold for good money or may not fetch you good, just wash them up, use your sieve them out, dry them, and save them for your next planting. That is as simple as ABC. It doesn't cost much to do. For the one that asks for funding, I cannot explain for funding. I've not gotten a kobo or a cent from anybody since I started agricultural business. We've been doing from research. So I can't really explain much on that. Brace will handle on that one. Someone else is, okay, somebody's asking about recipes I gave before now. Should I go on or?
Yes, please, just go ahead. Just go ahead.
Okay, the recipes I gave before. Okay, if you have your Bible, let me just take it down. If you're trying to get the 3 major things for your soil, for the source of your nitrogen is gotten through manure, blood meal, feather dust. That's like all these are chicken feather, the fuzz from your animal, they are made of nitrogen. All this leather dust and soybean meal, they're all nitrogen. Some people will even pour soya beans inside a jar like this one I used in there. Pour water in it and leave it for some time and use the water. That's pure, that's liquid nitrogen. So for your phosphorus, you get them from moringa, bitter kola, scent leaf, your zobo leaf, they're all phosphorus. For your potassium, you get them from your wood ash, from your banana peels. So mostly I do potassium liquid for my plants. How do you do it? You get the banana peels from the market, from all these market women, soak it, maybe you get 20 liters, this 20-liter bucket that has cover, those paint big buckets. Wash it well that there's no paint inside. Wash it well, fill it with water, and wash your banana peels and pour it inside it. Cover it. Within 2 days, you will see the potassium coming out. You see the color changing to white. That's the color. That's the potassium coming out. By the time you leave it there over time, like 2 weeks, you will see your pure potassium. So when you mix these 3 things, they are foliar fertilizer. If you spray it on your plant, it absorbs both through the leaves, through the stems, and if it touches the soil, it replenishes your soil. It repairs whatever is spoiled in your soil. For the aphid treatment I gave before, I said you get 50 grams of your baking soda, 50 ml of white vinegar. For me, I use the mother vinegar. We also produce it. You can produce it in your house or you can buy apple cider vinegar. There's one they wrote mother vinegar. It's made with natural apple. That one is better. So 50 ml of the white vinegar, 50 grams of salt, and 30 ml. I use 30 liters of water. Then you mix. Spray it 3 times in a week and your aphid will go. So what other questions do we have?
Okay, thank you very much. So Babatunde, I'm asking you to unmute and quickly ask your question.
Thank you so much, for organizing this. I think my questions, I've got two. Okay, is maybe a follow on what the last person has asked, and it's related to this seed thing. And I guess the thing for me is, say suppose we're doing this thing at large scale. One of the things that farmers would be most concerned with would be productivity. What I know, I don't know if you can speak to that the productivity of replanting seeds from the crop yield versus hybrid seeds, which have which do not have the potential to regenerate, right? Because I think hybrid seeds are not necessarily genetically modified. I think they are still hybrid seeds that are non-GMO, but you cannot replant them. But then they are very, very productive, and so when you do your cost analysis, it may just be better to plant those. That would be the question that I had.
Okay.
And then
Let me answer this first, because I expected this. When you say hybrid, why does it give you more than when you use the normal one you have? Let me do it this way. A child that is fed well and a child that is not fed well goes to school. The one that is not well fed will even fall asleep in the class, not because his brain is not functioning, but because the system is not helping matter, is not connecting to the brain. So there's no way you can grab what the teacher is teaching. But when you feed the two of them well, that's where you can actually say, yes, this is better and this is not. I have tested a hybrid plant and I've tested a local plant that was fed well. And I could tell you it gave me enough yield compared to the hybrid. And the resistance of that local one was so high compared to the hybrid. Now, what do we have to do? When you test your soil and know the exact thing that is lacking in your soil and feed it, when you plant a seed, you are sure that this seed will do well. But the challenge we have is that we are farming on a land that is already infused with enough chemical. A farmer has been farming for 30 years on an acre of land where he infused enough fertilizer to boost his cassava. And you go to the same place you want to farm cassava. Number one, the soil does not have any nutrients anymore. The only thing is that it gives the soil exactly what the cassava will just take and grow and just do well. The land is spoiling because there's no nutrient left in it. It's suffering from kwashiorkor. You can't compare that land to a virgin land that's as new as ever. You just remove some residue and feed with animal waste and you plant. You will get enough. That's why I started by you testing your soil to know what is lost in your soil. When you feed your soil with the right nutrients and you plant a seed, that's when you can say, yes, this seed does not have the potential to give more yield.
fantastic, thanks. Maybe we'll just reach out to you to learn what you've done and then we'll adopt it. The second question, sorry, is again just related to cost and these regenerative ag practices that you're doing. I worked with a group of farmers and we provide them with input and stuff like that. And we tried to see if we could, again, move them away from using chemical fertilizers or chemical inputs and go, organic manure. One thing that we realized, and maybe we're not doing something well, and this is why we're here to learn from you, right, is the quantity of those organic manure or organic products that you would need to actually be able to achieve the desired qualities, or I say the result, is so great. And sometimes it's just so difficult to find these things. So I'll give you a case in point. When we were trying to use chicken manure with a blend of cow manure, cow dung, for a source of nitrogen. And then, when I think the standard for corn farmers, right, the standard would be probably around 200 kgs it's not exactly 200 kgs, just the numbers aren't, exactly correct. But the point I'm just trying to pass across was we were requiring like 3 tons of manure to be able to deliver the amount of nitrogen that was required based on the soil test versus just 200 kgs of, like NPK, and those types of things. So now at the end of the day, we couldn't find like a lot of quantities. And so when we're even finding those, it now even became a lot more expensive, you know, and you're selling in the market, and these are market, I don't know, market linkages. The people yet don't know the difference between GMO, non-GMO, and stuff like that. The price is still the same. You know what I mean? So now, but as farmers, we are business people, right? You would need to count your naira and kobo,
I
and
get
you
you.
need, yeah. So
That is why in most of our training, I encourage people. When I train you, I tell you, I don't tell you get alfalfa seed or get this. I'll tell you, get a seed that has so and so inside. With that, you will look at your environment to find what exactly your environment that suits that element that is needed. If you notice what I've just mentioned around today, is things that you can find at your backyard. Banana peels. Just meet the woman that does banana. Please, when you remove the peel, just keep it for me. Or visit the nearest market around you. All those, their banana peels, just collect it. When you soak it and you spray, it's cheaper. So I don't go telling people just look for animal waste. Example, in the city, I live in Lagos, Nigeria. Most people don't even know where to get animal waste from. It's hard for them to find. But when you tell them, that's why I listed the sources of the basic nutrients we need. All those nitrogen foods, I just gave list of what and what you can get to meet those needs. So if a farmer knows these things, it makes it easier. You don't need to go breaking your head and looking for where to source for this. It makes it easier. The good thing about organic farming is that it's not one source that gives you a nutrient. Unlike the synthetic, you have to buy a particular chemical. But the problem I have with them is that you are destroying your soil. It gives you money today. What about tomorrow? We are thinking of tomorrow. Remember that in African food change makers, we are taking the narrative of agriculture in the world, not just in Africa. Okay? So when we understand this, we'll know that we're not just talking about getting this money today. What about tomorrow? I am an organic farmer, and I'm there to make profits because I have a family to feed. I have children to pay their school fees. I still need to train people on that. So when I consider this, you look for the easiest method. For every plantain we cut down, naturally when a banana fruits, it won't fruit again. You need to cut it down for it to shoot out and then grow again. That cut down is part of what we use. Instead of going to look for how to source for other nutrients, we source for the ones within the farm, within the environment, so I don't spend so much. Personally, we are taking people for training right now. We are leaving for training on the 40th. This one is outside Nigeria, but we moved from Nigeria. So these are things that help you to know how to maximize costs so that you don't break the bank. With the recipes I've given today, you don't need to break the bank for you to get these things in your farm. But it's all about knowledge. If you don't know it, how do you apply it? You understand? Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Amaka. So we have so many people that want to ask questions. So please, if you have a question, just go straight to the question because of the other people, so that Amaka can take as many questions. I'm not sure we can take all the questions, but as many that we can take, let's just quickly take them. So Haba, Steven, please unmute and ask your question. Haba, Steven, if you are talking, we cannot hear you at all. Okay, let me quickly go to the next person. Speklanewa, if you are there, please unmute and ask your question. Am I the one that's not hearing? I can't hear anything.
I hear you clearly.
Okay. So Speklanewa, we can't hear you. I know that you have unmuted, but we cannot hear you at all. Okay. Nwadike, if you are there, please unmute and ask.
Maybe you try unmuting them. It seems they can't unmute themselves.
No, she's not muted. She has unmuted. Or I don't know. Speklanewa is not muted, but we still cannot hear.
Nwadike is here.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening.
Good
Yes,
evening.
good evening. We can hear you.
I am into yam farming and the cassava production as well. going to the fact of the organic way of treatment. Here in my area where I plant my yam, I plant up to 1 acre space of yam, close to 7 plots of land for the
Did
yam
you plant
production.
in sack or you planted on the land?
I planted on the land.
Okay, how many heaps do you have?
Sometimes it depends on how I position it. Sometimes I have up to 800. Sometimes
800
I have,
on 1 acre.
yes.
Okay.
Basically, it's not me that not do the heap. Some people, when they come to do the heap, they will do it spacing, thereby reducing the number of space, the number of tubers you plant in that particular land. Like
Okay.
this year, I planted 1,700. And this particular 700 is not in one particular piece of land. It's up to 3 different pieces of land, different location, due to the place I am living is in Imo State, Nigeria. So I have a limited land for my own self. Though the place I planted, I rented them. Then now I rented the 2 hectares of land, together 2 hectares of land, where I plant my cassava. I just finished planting last month, the cassava. Now my question here is this: I've been doing this from the time I was in the university till I finished my higher education. So now, in regard to this, I started from 1 plot till now. I am now going more far. The challenge here is this: regarding to the chemical you're talking about, the organic way of treatment. I use a herbicide in my farm treatment. And if I should plant in a bigger space, whereby I know, like I can produce EM5. EM5 is a type of pesticide or herbicide that you can use. This one I was taught by Songhai Agro. I went to Songhai training. They taught us how to produce some pesticide and herbicide. But if you want to do that one, it's like the time I was doing my tomato and pepper in a small space. I can get those ones, treat the soil, treat the pests and whatever. But now in this my large scale farming, I cannot just start to get organic herbicide or pesticide to treat my farm. Mostly this is my cassava space, and this area now I just rented is mostly elephant grass. They are growing every day. So I don't know how can someone who is farming in a bigger space be able to use organic this thing in that particular area? That's my question.
When you are farming in large quantity, that's where you are now allowed to get your machines. You need to go into mechanized farming because it has become a commercial farm.
Okay.
Personally, I use the backpack. There's a backpack I imported. I can use it to weed 1 acre in a day. In 1 hour. 1 acre in 1 hour. I'm done. And it has like 5. It's a machine. It's a machine. And it has 5 different implements. The one for weeding, the one that will help you to till the soil, different heads of it. With that, we don't even have much problem because labor cost is too high now. If you compare labor and compare machine is still cheaper. The only thing is that machine will require you to have the money in labor, you'll be paying them day by day. But if you consider the loss you will have when they don't do their job, and if you use the machine, you weed these grasses and you give it to your goats. You give it to your goats, which is good for you for the day. That takes us back to zero waste we discussed at the first point.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
So now,
okay, I'm listening.
Another question is, considering the soil treatment, whereby like this place, I don't have much capital to engage tractor to come and do the plowing and harrowing. Then I engage manual labors. Now, considering this place, whereby we clear, we do burning, and we do the heap or the ridge either. Considering the type of you are talking about soil, killing the soil, using all these particular chemicals to do this thing. Is there any other way we can improve the soil? Because I was taught on how to improve soil. In some guys, I told you,
even with the chemical that you're talking about, you will still need to heap the soil. It will still grow. Chemical will not make it not to grow at all again. That's the one that I ask people. They will tell me, I want to use herbicide because you must use it to control weed. And you will keep buying and buying. And if you take over time, the kind of grasses that will now grow on that land, you'll be seeing thistles. You'll be seeing the ones with thorns, hard grasses that are not useful. Why? Because the soil has been affected. But if you're doing the normal, natural way of combating this weed, even without machine, if you pull it out, it will come out. Because the land will be very soft. It will be fertile. So heaping the soil, you will still need people to heap. So whether you use herbicide or you don't use herbicide, you will still heap it at the end if you're making yam. Because for the yam to thrive well into the soil, they need a heap. And with use of these chemicals that destroy our soil, the soil will become too hard. I had a farm I bought for 6 years. I couldn't use that land. Why? Because I have to treat the soil to retain back its nutrient that it has lost over time. When I tested the soil, there was nothing left. If you farm on that land, you're wasting your investment. The partner I had then insisted we should plant plantain, which we did. With all that we infused on the land, we couldn't get anything. He said he wants out. I balanced him on the money. I abandoned it. I allow it to grow. Grasses will grow, we turn it and leave it. I'll allow the goats to go in, eat on just feed on them. We keep working on the land, pouring manure, pouring a lot of waste on it and turning it back. Today, if you go to the same land and till it, you see how soft the soil will be. It's gone back to loam soil that it was meant to be. That's the effect of chemical on the soil that we're talking about. If anybody wants to grow anything on that land now, it grows without, in that whole village, when they see our oranges and our mangoes coming out, they'll be like, wow, so this kind of thing can come from this village. And I corrected them, not just from the village, but from a land that is treated well without chemicals. That's what makes the difference. So did I answer your question?
Yes, but based on what you're saying, based on the land to be more strong, the only chemical that you use on a particular soil, it will make the soil to be strong later, is a paraquat. But if you use glyphosate that has phyto inside it or foprenil, it will soften the soil and allow your tuber crops to have a big
in the paraquat that is not in the glyphosate.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
What is the ingredient in paraquat that is not in glyphosate?
Me, I don't know more, but I'm just saying from my own experience.
Exactly.
If you use paraquat will affect their leaves. Then in some time they will grow again. If you use that phyto, the one that have phyto in glyphosate that contain phyto or foprenil, it will make the soil to be more pulverized and soft.
Okay, see the truth here, eh? The glyphosate and you call it paraquat, they're all the same thing with the same chemical. The difference is that some of them have more chemical, one particular chemical than the other. They have the same thing.
The difference here is the paraquat is the one you apply today, it will die today.
Exactly. One will kill the grasses faster. One will take time to kill.
Yes.
What is that all of them kills? And as they're killing your soil. That's the point. That's the truth of the matter. And if you really want to survive in agribusiness in this climate change,
from my own experience, I studied agriculture in the university.
Okay. We can't hear you again, Mr. Wadike.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me, please?
We can hear you.
I hear you.
Sorry for interruption. From my little experience, when I was in my year 1, I started farming, and I've been having challenges till even one of the factors that made me to look for another area to upgrade. Then I met some guy was because of I want to go more, the passion I had. Though then that was what drive me to some guy. After the training I had with them, I now have more. I don't know.
Okay, Mr. Wadike, I am in partnership with Songhai Farms. As I'm talking to you now, I'm taking another set of people in 2 weeks' time to Songhai. They are our right partner since 2012.
Okay.
I'm talking of some guys from the
State
rules of
or
life
the
farming.
Ponovo.
But Novo, yes. We are still taking
Novo, okay.
we are taking people for registration. We are still taking in 2 weeks' time. We are moving. So people are registering and paying for their going to the Port Novo as I'm talking to you. So I can tell you with evidence and fact that your paraquat and your glyphosate and all of them that you called, they do the same thing. Some just kill faster than the others. That's the difference from them.
Yeah. But some take months before the weed will come up again.
I'm trying to understand your question now. So what is the question as compared to what we are talking about?
So now my question is this. What are the organic things that we apply in our soil so that we that's planted in a large area we will not be able to be facing maybe low production after all we have invested in the land, maybe during harvest. You will not go there, you will have.
I've already listed them, Mr. Wadike. All the things I just listed, just to do that. Just practice what I've given you. If it doesn't give you feedback, quote me anywhere. You can top brace, they will contact me for you.
The information you gave me already, I have it before now. But the challenge is that the area I'm planting, I cannot source the material on myself to fit in that place.
What exactly can you not source? Banana peels?
Not banana peels, the blood meal and whatever. Here, blood meal. Blood meal here.
Blood meal for what, if I may?
For nitrogen now.
Then I gave almost 7 different things. I said, go for manure, go for blood meal, feather dust, leather dust, soya bean meal. There are plenty of them. If you need soya bean meal as replacement for your blood meal, you can contact Soy Oil at Shagamu Interchange. They have a company there. Just Google them on internet, you'll see their company. Write them, they will supply you any quantity you need. They supply nationwide. Thank God you're in Nigeria. I'm in Nigeria too, so it's easy. Just contact them, they will supply you. Since you're doing
Mr. Mwadike, we have so many people that want to ask questions so that we don't stay here and people questions are not answered. We have so many other persons. I'm sorry to interrupt, please. So that other people can as well ask their questions and all that. Thank you so much, Amicable Mundial. Thank you so much for your patience. And then Mwadike, thank you, sir. So, Stimbeya Kwangala, please go ahead and ask your question.
Hello?
Okay, yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I think it's important we kind of minimize the questions and we'll be precise. Talking from experience, I think the challenge that most farmers are having is adapting to the new system because this conversion type of agriculture has been going on for a while and it involves a lot of partners to come in, the government, change of policies, so that they can adapt to the new way of farming because times are changing and it's very much important that we change because the population keep on increasing and it's good this program has come on board because most of the farmers have tendency of adherence to the past where like the way they used to do things like when they cut trees and burn they use ash as a form of fertilizer. But when you try to encourage them zero tillage, where you plant maize using basins and putting manure, it becomes a challenge for them to adapt. So I think it is very important that we engage other partners, the government, NGOs to come on board. And then the other challenge that we are facing in terms of training farmers, because most of them look at profit. I think that's what triggers them. They'll look to say like if I'm able to use, let's say, this inorganic fertilizer to be a challenge, it will be a plus in terms of high yield. And like the know-how of the organic procedure, like Madam was saying, becomes a challenge. So I think it's very important that we get this training even as we go out in the field, we have more knowledge. As she was saying, like we can't stop learning, keep on learning every time. So and another question that I have, Madam, is sometimes how can you go about it, especially when you are in an area where like an innovation is new, like you are saying to say like, okay, this is a type of farming that is required. Like, okay, from your own experience, I'm trying to learn it. How can you go about it? Let's say you're trying to introduce a type of agriculture. Let's say if it is an agroforestry system, trying to plant legumes on a piece of land. How do you go about it for you to make that innovation effective? That's my question, please.
Okay, I'm trying to understand what you mean. You want to plant legumes in your land?
I'm talking about when you're introducing an innovation
What kind of
for
innovation?
farmers.
What kind
Yes,
of,
yes. What?
what kind of
Like,
innovation?
yes, agroforestry system where you plant legumes to be able to fix nitrogen and also to prevent from soil erosion. Where like you're trying to encourage farmers now, like how do you convince them like to for them to adopt that new system from your own experience?
Okay. Thank you for this question. You just reminded me how I started my business. Actually, this was what gave me my first capital I used in buying land. I did my food security training with University Business School Netherlands. When I returned to Nigeria, and I didn't have capital to start up, but I had the knowledge in my head, but there's no money in my hands. Vision without money can be frustration completely. I had to leave my environment because most people were not farming in Lagos. I went to the north. I didn't have enough money at hand to even rent hotel, but a farm invited me. I got there, what they were having from 1 acre of farm was less than 20 bags of rice. And I know how to fix this problem without them spending much. And they were not ready to pay. The money they were giving me was so small, can't even take care of my hotel bill or flight ticket that took me down to the north. And I struck a deal with them. I said, dude, I will collect this money from you, but this is what we do. After my training with you, and you practice what I told you, whatever you get as 50%, when you remove your costs and everything, whatever remain, remove your costs and you're supposed, if you're getting 20 bags of rice, take your 20 bags out, collect everything. Whatever comes out as extra from my knowledge, we share it 50-50. They looked at themselves and laughed. They said, it's not possible, madam. One told me, I've been in this business with my father before he died, and I took over. Now my son is in charge. I said, Baba, let's try. We did it, and they were so shocked at what came out. And of course, we signed the agreement. You have to carry wisdom. I call that one certificate. Your certificate may not help you. You might be the best agronomy, but if you don't have certificates in this climate change, you may not survive. You need certificates more than certificates. We shared the 50-50. And I took it back with me. Other farmers that saw the yield were so mad. I want to know, how did you do it? And that's how I got involved in other farms. And what I gathered for the season, I took it back with me to my residence and I sold them. I raised my first capital. I used it to buy my land. So I will give you a tip. When you plant legume in a soil, the roots of this legume releases nitrogen to the soil. So if you plant things that has tuber on the same land, definitely they will grow big. That's a secret of intercropping your cassava with legume. Because legumes fixes nitrogen that are lost. And this is where I wanted to drop in for Mr. Wadike that was asking. If you plant your beans alongside those yam, when you finish making the heaps, just by the edges of that heaps of your yam, please plant your beans. The same staking, whatever you use for your yam, the beans will crawl on it. So you don't need to spend extra work or extra anything on the beans. But the beans will be doing more job for your soil, which you will enjoy over the years. By the time you plant the same thing again next year, and please, let's enjoy the beauty of shifting cultivation as farmers. Since we have more of farmers on this platform, please, don't just say I'm farming only one thing. Learn shifting cultivation. Learn crop cover. Crop planting will save you from weeding. If you populate a particular place with a crops you want to grow, then involve other cover crops like watermelon. The leaves, they are crawling plants. They will cover the soil. It will reduce the level of grasses that will grow from there. Because the grasses grows on the soil when the sun hits the soil and the rain touches the same soil. So it will reduce the grasses that will grow on that soil. That's why when you go under a tree, you hardly see some hard plants growing there. What grows under there are very soft grass that you can easily weed and throw away because there's a shade over it. Thank you. I hope I answered your question, sir.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. So just to quickly move on so that we don't waste time. So as many that can type, please just type your questions in the comment section so that we'll read it out. That way it will be faster for us to get Amaka to answer our question. Otherwise, we may not be able to answer all of the plenty answers that are raised here. So, and also some of the questions, I just checked the comment section. Some of the questions are things that she has talked about before. So if you were not around, we will share the recordings, please. We'll share the recording after now, please, so that we don't keep repeating the same thing that has been talked about. I will be in the comment section to read questions out. Somebody is asking, can Amicable please talk more on the backpack that can weed an acre in an hour? So ma, maybe you can just throw light on it. But then the next person is Abby. A Cornell business. Please go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, before it comes up, the backpack is not a new stuff. I got mine since 4 years ago, and we sell the same. You can please let the brace share my WhatsApp number. Just reach out to us on WhatsApp. It's sold in the market. If you want to go to the market, we also supply. We bring them in. We don't produce it, so we import and we sell. So if you're in Nigeria, we can actually deliver to you. Yes. But we have a particular company that builds our particular demand because ours come with 4 major implements you need as a farmer. So it must come with our 4 implements so that you don't need to go looking for other things elsewhere. Once you have it and you have just 1 acre, you can manage your farm yourself. Be you a woman, be you a man. Except when you want to make hips and you don't have the muscle of a man. Then you will need a man to make the hips.
All right, thank you so much. So if you need any of these things, you can just reach out to us. You know, there's no way we're going to be sharing it publicly, but if you need it, just reach out to us and we'll share our WhatsApp number with you. Thank you so much, Amaka, for making that available. So Abby, please go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. First of all, I want to praise the facilitator. She's amazing. And it's okay to allow your shoulder to be higher than 1985 shoulder pad because the knowledge you shared with us is really insightful and it's helpful. Considering the fact that I'm making that shift to organic farming, I really enjoyed this session. Then my question number 1 is I want to know if the facilitator has like a mentoring and training class, something online, because I'm not in the same location we are. So I was wondering if she does something online like that. I would like to know more about it. Then my second question, you mentioned the use of banana peels for potassium. I was wondering if plantain peels could also suffice for that. Then I also wanted to repeat an information you shared with us where you mentioned where you studied and then what you studied. I didn't get that part clearly. So I would need you to also, kind of like share that. Then for the guys that you said that they do the soy cake or something like that, is it Shagamu interchange that you mentioned? Thank you.
Okay. For communication, I have people I mentor. I take people for training once in a year. It's outside Nigeria, but we live from Lagos. Registration is ongoing as we talk. So if we are ending registration on Monday, anyone interested can still join. You make payments, we move. It's 4 days, but it's a crash program. So from morning till evening, you are learning. We infuse information inside you that when you come back, you'll be smelling information and you would want to explode. You just want to practice. The idea is to spoil you with information that you don't have option but to practice. I want to be a farmer. I want to produce food. I want to process. That's what we want to see. For the information on the soya bean you asked for, when you get to interchange, ask anyone where they have international brewery. The company is there standing, or you could Google it online. Soy soya oil producing company in Shagamu. You will see it online. I've forgotten the name, but I know it's always there. I pass there to my family almost every day. So it's there. And that's where I source mine. So you can get the information there. For me, I studied with Business School Netherlands on food security. And I read with Abia State University, my first degree in English education. I did clinical psychology for women and young people with Business School Netherlands. Sorry, with Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. At some point, we are not hearing you, but we can hear you now.
Okay. Did you hear? Are you clear with my studies now, or you didn't hear anything?
We actually heard that. Heavy, I'm sure you heard that too. So we heard all of the Netherlands and Abia State and
University
clinical,
of
whatever.
Edinburgh.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
okay.
heard all of that.
All right.
Yes, thank you so much. So Victor Momo, you are next. Please quickly go ahead. I am still trying to check the chat box to see if there are questions, but please, Victor Momo, mute and ask. Victor Momo, are you there? Okay, so we'll quickly go to the next person because you were not muted, but you were not talking. Maniku Ilari. Okay, please unmute and quickly ask your question. Oh, Victor
Yes.
Momo.
Hello? Yes.
Okay, Ilari, please go ahead.
Yeah, this is Hilal from Uganda, and I really want to thank Ma for a wonderful presentation. I'm a farmer and also an agro input dealer here in West Nile region, and just want to request if Ma can give us her contacts, of course, both email and WhatsApp, so that we can learn more. Otherwise, as the other speaker said, it's all about adaptation. Most of the farmers have issues to do with adaptation to these new innovations. And there's that, kind of let's say colonial rule, say fertilizers, which are in organic, they work first and then the organic fertilizer. And for us agro-input dealers, we have always failed to tell farmers the truth that the reverse is what Ma has said today. But now, my question now is, what speed can we use to make farmers understand this? Because now it is Africans talking to fellow Africans. Because what farmers are using currently is what the colonial sort of thing, which had impacted in them and it has become part of them. And it's very hard for us to remove it out of their mind, which actually destroying our lands, destroying our environment. What kind of speed can we use to make sure this becomes global in the whole of Africa, that organic farming is the way to go? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, because it's hard to see an agro seller admit that is not healthy for the soil. So what I will tell you is this: change is not easy. Change is not easy. My dad, who happens to be my mentor, my mom in agriculture, will tell you something. He said, when you get up in the morning and you see a 1-year-old looking at you and telling you, I will deal with you, you should not stand because you're older than a child. You say, okay, it can't do anything to me, so let me kill it. Please run as fast as your leg could carry you, because you don't know the backup that child has. So when you are introducing to this to farmers, of course, they will tell you with boldness because they have a backup. Some are there for what they will gain. They don't care about what it is causing to you. I will shock you that the people that introduce these things to us are not using it today. Most of our product that we ship out of Nigeria is being sold to these people. When they find out that you don't use this chemical in your production, they will come back to you to buy from you. They are just after what you will gain. One of the producers from Germany contacted me a few days ago that he has some good fertilizers that are organic, and he will do this, he will do that. And I asked him, how can a small scale farmer scale through with this price that you are giving? Do you think it's visible? And he told me, it may not be visible to you because of your money, but I can tell you that it's good for you. And I asked him, why do I need to buy from you when I can produce this same thing in my environment at no cost? He was shocked. He said, you know how to do it? I said, I can prove to you that I can do this if you can bring yourself to a test. By the time we spoke for 10, 15 minutes, he got to know that we know it, and he just went off. So I can tell you that the same people that are acting as backup for the people selling this knows the truth of the matter. So I just speak and do my part when I can, just like in a session like this to brace. I encourage you, if you don't believe what we are talking about today, just try small at your backyard. Just with small sack, put it behind you. Tell yourself, I give myself 3 months or 1 month to test and see if Madam Amicable is saying the truth or she's playing with what she said. You'll be shocked. I don't buy vegetables in the market, and I don't live in my own apartment. It's a rented apartment. Behind me all is vegetable here. Behind here, I don't need their flowers. My flower is enough vegetable for me. My little butter outside can house my 50 fishes, which we eat in the house. So we virtually buy nothing. When you bring this information to people that you can grow your food from your house, bring them, everybody likes sweet things. People like success. Don't sell lies to them. Tell them the truth that this is what you can gain when you do this. And make it practical, just like we're doing today. At first, it might sound strange, but some of them will go home and rethink on what you said, and they will practice it and see that it works. They will get back to you. That's the secret of this. And with that, we will act what we are saying, which is changing the world for the better. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So I will just read some of the questions in the comment section. I'm sorry for the people raising their hands. We may not be able to continue because our time is really fast spent. So there's a question that asks that, how can a tomato farmer survive without herbicide, considering the effects of climate change in East Africa? Is there any organic spray? Then the question is still said, how long will it take after you start practicing organic farming to start seeing good yields? So I think you can just answer this too.
How can a tomato farmer survive? That's the first thing I started with when I started speaking. I started with tomato and pepper. If you want to learn farming, don't go asking how much will I get from a farm. Rather, ask how much will I spend on a farm. When you know the actual steps of the farm, if you're farming tomato, these are the diseases that affect tomato. This is how to combat it. When they're telling you how to combat it, they will tell you, get so and so chemical. Ask them, what is this chemical solving? Is it treating aphid? Is it treating downy, like the issue of cucumber? What is it treating? When you know what it is treating, what the problem is with the tomato, that will help you go back to look, okay, what are organic methods of treating this same thing? So with that, you wouldn't need their chemical. You have gotten the steps, how to grow this, what are the diseases I have to treat, how often do I spray whatever is involved. With that, you'll be able to treat your tomato free and stress-free. And I can tell you that organic farming is not stressful. Because with organic, the grasses you're weeding are not hard, they are soft. So it's something that even without your backpack, me as a lady can easily pull it out. Most of our workers are ladies. They can just pick the things in the farm and keep your ridges clean.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. So, hey God. All right, we'll just take one more question and that will be the end, please. But for the rest of you that's not able to ask your question, I'm sorry. And then I can see that most of the questions in the comment section are about reaching Amaka. So we'll share the number via WhatsApp. So you just reach out to me via WhatsApp and then I'll share the contact with you. And that is it.
For
Thank
those
you. So all right.
the two is still open. We are still registering for it.
Okay.
But it's closing on Monday.
Okay, so I'll share the number as immediately after this call so that for those that want to participate in that program, you can reach out and see how you go about it before Monday that it's closing. So thank you so much, Amaka. Ngozi Victoria, please, you are the last person that will ask questions so that we can allow Amaka to go. She has really overshot her time, like seriously. So thank you so much. Ngozi Victoria, please unmute and ask your question. For the other people who are sorry, please, you can send the questions to us and we'll send to her and collect all of the answers and send it back to you, please. Thank you. So Victoria, please go ahead. Okay, so if Victoria is not there, let's just quickly go to the next person. Margaret Rukungu, if you are there, please unmute and ask your question. Margaret, we cannot hear you. Okay, Sarah Wachilonga, please go ahead and ask your question.
Hello, you can hear me?
Hi. Okay, yes, can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you for the session. My question is about control of thrips in the farm. I have a farm and I'm really struggling with thrips, and I have had to use chemicals because I don't know any organic way of controlling them. What would be a good organic solution for thrips?
Sorry, what did you call it?
Thrips.
I know what she's saying. Are you there? Please, can you speak louder? Let me hear what you said.
I'm asking for an organic control for thrips.
For strips?
Yes.
Sorry, what did you plant?
I have tomato, I have capsicum. It's mixed farming.
I'm trying to understand what the strips is like. How does it affect your tomato, please?
There are small, tiny insects that go to the underside of the plant and they suck it until it becomes dry and the leaves fall off. It also affects my onions very much.
Okay, you do this. Just chat the admin of this group. Get my WhatsApp number. Just snap it and send to my WhatsApp.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
By God's grace.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. So please, I'm sorry everyone that we're not able to take all of the other questions and all that. Please, because the time is really fast spent and Amaka has been with us for over 1 hour. In fact, 1 hour, 30 minutes. And seriously, that's a huge one. So thank you so much, everyone. And then we cannot just continue with the questions. You can send them to us on WhatsApp or we can share the number with you and then you can reach out to her. So thank you so much, Ama. Yeah, yes, please. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you for your time and for your patience and your resilience. This is well appreciated. Thank you so much. Everyone is saying thank you on the comment section. Thank you.
When you chat up and I don't respond immediately, please understand that I have a very tight schedule. Well, just send me a WhatsApp and just leave it. I'll respond to you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. We are all very grateful. Everybody is saying thank you so much, Ma, in the comment section. We are very grateful. Thank you so much. So do have a great day. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. We were supposed to take a photo with you before you go. Sorry. So everyone, please, let's just quickly on our videos and take a shot with Amaka so that when you chat her and she doesn't remember you, show her the picture. All right. So please, let's on our video and my team members will be taking the pictures. So Thank you. Okay, some people are on in their videos already. Thank you so much. All right, everyone, we're taking the screenshot. Thank you. We'll share the pictures in the group so that you also have it in case when you chat amicable offer, she's not answering. Give her evidence. All right, thank you
She's also
so
said
much.
to me, I want a copy of the picture. Thank you.
All right, it's fine. I'll send to you, ma. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, do have a great day, ma. So for the participants, let's just quickly sit back and use the remaining 10 minutes to quickly answer all of the questions regarding the portal use and all that. So the answer that should be raised now, answer wants to ask about the portal and then maybe login. So somebody asked a question on the fact that the modules are locked, so they are not able to access the modules. So when you open the portal, after doing the taking the diagnostic and you open the portal, the first you see is module 1. So that module 1, you have to take it first before you can go to the next module. If you don't take module 1 first, you cannot access the next module. So it's locked because you have not taken the previous one. It's only when you take the first one that you can go to the previous one. So every other modules in the portal will be looking to you as though they are all locked. But if you start from module 1 that is open, if you check the portal, module 1 is open. It's only when you have done module 1 that you can go to the next module. So somebody is asking downloading of resources. So I've actually said this in the WhatsApp group that we noticed that almost everybody is having that issue of downloading the additional materials from the portal. So we are going to download them, all of them, and then send it to you or drop it in the WhatsApp group so that you can pick it from there. So we'll download it for you. Thank you so much. Which other question? I'll just quickly go over all of the questions. So for the assignment, so I have mentioned this before during the onboarding session that the assignment, they are self-reflections, they are for self-reflection. You don't have to submit the assignment, but you must submit the assessment. So the assessment, there are multiple choice questions that you must submit, but for the assignment, you really do not have to submit the assignment. They are just for yourself, to just for self-understanding and all of those things. So somebody is asking for link to the portal. Check your email. There's all of the emails I have sent, I've always sent the portal link alongside and also the password. Please check and you will see the portal link. If you still don't have it, please, you can chat me up on WhatsApp. Or any of the admins in the WhatsApp group, chat them on WhatsApp, and then they will let you know how they will send the portal link to you. So someone is also asking that, did you say we submit the assessment and not assignment? Yes, please. So it's the assessment you are submitting. The assignment you don't have to submit, but if you want to submit, it's fine. But it's the assessment that is compulsory. You must submit the assessment to be able to go to the next module. So somebody is asking how many modules. If you log into the portal, you see there are 6 modules. So there are 6 modules in the portal. And that's why we have 6 weeks of live interactive session. So next week, we're going to be having conversations on module 2, which is mitigation and adaptation strategies for production. So next week, that's what we're talking about. That's because we are doing all of the modules throughout this week. So we expect that you will use this week and next week to study module 2. Then during the live interactive session, we'll now talk about module 2. That means the assessment is found on the portal, right? Yes, please. The assessment is actually found on the portal. Somebody said, please, all repentant farmers number. Yes, definitely. I will send it. Chat me up on WhatsApp. Share the unrepentant farmers number with you, please. Do chat me up. We have so many of us, and then I would answer everyone once we get in fact, any of the admins in the WhatsApp, they will answer you. They will send the unrepentant farmers number to you. Thank you so much. So because our time is fast spent, we'll not be able to talk about other things, but then for the live interactive session, it holds again next week Friday. So it's every week Friday we are holding the live interactive session. And the live interactive session is different from the portal learnings. So the live interactive session is just to help us buttress on what we have learned from the portal. It's just to help us have conversations on what we have learned on the portal. That's why we are having the live interactive session. So it is possible that you will attend live interactive session and you will still not get the certificate. So to be able to get the certificate, you have to be able to log into the portal and take all the learnings there and submit the assessments. So that way you'll be able to see the certificates to download at the end of the learnings. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate your time. So some people are raising their hands. I'll quickly just give opportunity to these people to quickly ask their question. Sarah Wachilonga. Oh, I think this person asked. Okay, Douglas Mabangwe. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling the name. I'm very sorry. So please go ahead. Okay, Sarah has unmuted. Please hold on for Sarah. Sarah, please go ahead and ask your question.
Hey, sorry for the time. I think I just my hand was raised when I wanted to ask the question from the unrepentant farmer, but I think the chance went, and I'm okay with that.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Well, you can reach out to me. I can share the number with you if it's that important, and then you ask your question directly from her. So thank you. Douglas, please go ahead and ask your question.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am
Yes,
Douglas Mabangwe from Malawi. The question that I have is a common problem that we are facing when we got the portal. We are failing to download the modules. We are failing even to open. All of them are locked. So since you've said that you will download and send to us, yes, of course, that is understandable, but still, we'll be using the very same website to check the quiz, the assignments. So how are we going to download if we are failing to download the modules?
Okay,
that's my question.
Okay, so the modules, you cannot download the modules. Even I cannot download the modules. So what I promised to download and send to you is the additional reading materials. So for the videos in the modules, you have to open them and learn them. In fact, it is from the videos you'll be able to get the answers to your assessments, right? So please log into the portal, and they are not all locked. Module 1 is open. So it's only when you have finished module 1 and you have done the assessment for module 1 that module 2 will open for you. So if you still don't understand, please reach out to me on WhatsApp, and then I will guide you through how you can do those things.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, does this mean that I can do it at my own pace? Like, for example, let's say I want to start. All right. So once I'm done, I can also go straight to the assessment, or there will be special time for.
No. You can go straight to the assessments. You can go straight to the assessment and submit. Yes, you're welcome. So, Precious, please quickly unmute and ask your question, Precious. Okay, Precious, while we wait for Precious, Excellence, please go ahead and ask.
Okay, thank you very much. Please, I wanted to ask, there is a section of the online course in the portal that I don't really understand very well. I was expecting it to be treated here again, but I don't know how it can be treated. The aspect that talks about gas emissions, I'm not a science student, and all the scientific languages that were mentioned there, I thought maybe I could be given a layman understanding that can help me to understand gas emissions as it has to do with the atmosphere and all that. Because I wanted to practice something like that in my farm. And then also when we were doing the onboarding section too, I asked a question, and when the facilitator was responding to my question, I didn't hear him very well. So we have not been able to say anything in the group. I don't know how I can be able to get that response. I asked him that rain destroyed my greenhouse, and then I needed information on the kind of materials that I can be able to use to reconstruct it again. A mini so I don't know how that question can be gotten back to you. I don't know how to get those materials again so I can be able to take care of it. So
Okay,
those are my
so we have
questions.
actually sent the link to the onboarding to the group. Haven't you seen the link? Please go check. We have sent it to the group, and I've also sent the link to the onboarding to the. Please check your email, and you'll see the link to the onboarding so that you can go through it again. Since you said you didn't hear when he talked about those things. Then for the question around gas emission and all of that, we have in the coming weeks, we still have so many other facilitators that will be coming to talk to us about climate change and all of that. You might have the opportunity to ask your question in some of those classes that is ahead of us. So Lizzie Ikpine, please quickly go ahead and ask your question.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lizzie Ikpine from Nigerian Women Agro Allied Farmers Association. I'm a farmer, I'm a graduate farmer, and I'm an agri-entrepreneur. Now, I asked a question because I have over 20 hectares of farm. Now, when we plant a cassava, what we do is to put shrub under, like beans or soya, anything that grows on the ground. It makes it the cassava or the maize shields it from sun or anything, and it gives the cassava the nutrient it needs as a shrub. So I am saying that from my own experience, that has been working out for us, for my organization, and for myself. Then I asked a question: if in the farm we are able to succeed with using organic, is there any need again to add the chemicals? That's number one question. Then two, in the brace, I've been a member for since 1 year ago. I'm not even aware of the training. Maybe I have missed some of the webinars. Then finally, I want to be part of the WhatsApp group. If you can share it with me or the link so that I can join. Thank you.
Okay, so for the cassava that you talked about, that's actually for amicable, and she's no longer on the call, so she's not able to answer the question, but we'll send the WhatsApp number like we said. So, but I need to know where you got the link to be able to join this call. Where did you get the link from? Is it your email or where? Please, if you are there, I need you to answer this so that we understand.
Yes, on my email.
So on your WhatsApp, we are on your email, we have sent the link to the WhatsApp group to that same email. We have sent the link to the portal to that same email. We have sent every information that is there to that same email. So most of the people that have joined the WhatsApp, they actually saw it in their email and then they click to join the WhatsApp group. So please check that email again and then click to join the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much. Hoto and Nwadike, please, these are the last two questions I will take so that we can go, please. Our time is fast. So Hoto, please ask your question. Okay, if Hoto is not there, Nwadike, please ask.
Yeah, I'm actually
Okay, Hoto,
available.
please go ahead.
Yeah, and thanks ever so much for the presentation from the unrepentant farmer. Like she rightly said, her training will mean a lot for some of us who are into agro entrepreneurship. But what I want to say here is that this group is a diversified group. Some of us, we are not in the country that she is currently. And if I was opportune to be in where she is, it could be an opportunity for me to participate in the training because the project, I'm a vegetable farmer, and climate smart agriculture means a lot for me because the soil leaching and a lot of things happen. And the soil quality is being lost over time. We have to like shift from place to another. So I want to ask her if she have an online version of her training that some of us that are not within the region that she's in to take part in.
All right, thank you so much, Otto. She actually has some trainings that she does, and that's why we'll share our number with some of the people that are interested in any of these things so that they can reach out directly to her. So please, when we share the number with you, try to just chat any of the admins in the WhatsApp group up, and then we'll share the number with you. When we share the number with you, please reach out to her, and then you get some of this information on the training that you're talking about. So, Nwadike, please, you're the last person. Please unmute and ask a question.
Okay, thank you very much. The challenge I'm having here is regarding to the resilience form that I'm filling on the MasterCard online. There are several questions or what I call it space or whatever, the pages, the question they're asking us for us to write the income, this and that, about the farm, how we register our company, how many years, input and output. All those questions they're asking us for that resilience. The truth is this, I personally, I don't have all the things to complete that form. So I don't know, is there any other way to come or help us to solve that problem?
Okay, sorry, Mr. Nwadike, also sorry about that. There's no other way. So because it's actually a pre-diagnostic tool just to diagnose your business and to understand what is your business level as to climate change. So if we want to train people on climate change, want to know how much they know about climate change, how much their business is doing resilience to climate change, and then what it is. At the end of the day, we analyze all of those answers to see that, oh, our participants needs more in this area and in this area, and then we know the kind of facilitators to invite and all that. So eventually, sorry, if there is another way, I would have stated it here, but there's no other way. That's pre-diagnostic is actually very important for us to feel. So you see that they are not really like a question and answer. They are just saying that about your business, and you don't have to know them. You don't have to have the right answers for them. If they are not applicable to your business, just say no and move on. But if they are applicable, please let us know and all that. That's actually why they are pre-diagnostic tools. They are not, it's not casting stones. You really do not have to know the right answer to them. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Understand me clearly. Not all about the business. I the information. This where they will ask you to write about the shareholders, how many person, write about what they call it, the year, how many years you practice. Whereas the year I registered my company, the year is not in that time, it's not in the calendar. Like the only last year in the particular calendar is 2022. But my company is being registered this year. But I've been practicing for more than 4-5 years. So thereby a lot of things that which I don't have handy.
That is what I'm saying. You don't have to have it. If you don't have it, just say no and move on. Do you understand? If it's one, instead of there are options there. So just choose the options that are best applicable. You really, that's why I said you really do not have to have the exact answers to the pre-diagnostic tool. So if your business has been ongoing since 2022, like you said, and it was just registered this year, please write this year and all that and just move. So it's not something that you have to do it. It's not, so you just have to answer based on your current realities. It's not really cast on stone. It's not something that is a forceful thing, but then you have to answer them to be able to gain access to the modules. Thank you so much. All right, thank you everyone, and I appreciate everyone that have stayed till this time and then on the call and all that. So we'll be opening the WhatsApp group for networking, and then this evening till on Monday before we close it again. So you have the time and the opportunity to network with each other, to ask questions, and then to talk to each other in the WhatsApp platform and all that. So thank you so much. I expect that by next week Friday, when we come together, most of us would have been done with module 1 and module 2. So thank you so much, and do have a great evening. Thank you. All right. Bye, everyone. So bye.
Goodbye. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye, everyone.
So where's the phone?
Bye.
Sign up form.
Goodbye.
The sign up form.
Thank you.
Where do we find the sign out form?